Can you even believe that this was built on WordPress? As you can see, there is no page reload. If we come to feed, it just loads. If we come to spaces, you can see all of the groups that I belong to, such as this one, which I can click inside of, and I can come down here and you can notice a few posts I have created, such as a post with an image, a post, a simple post here, and also a poll. I can add a simple video from YouTube, or I can create a list of downloadable files that will only be accessible by people belonging to this particular community. As you can see at the top here, I can also select my members. I can come to documents too and add all of my documents, or edit or remove any of the documents I already have here. And I can also take full courses. If I click on buy this course or just come to courses here, I can see the course I have already created here. I can click inside of that course and take that course. Now, as a student, I can click on continue course, or as a teacher, I can click on edit lessons. Inside of lessons here, I can add new sections to my lessons or add new lessons to my sections. It's my choice. Inside of here, I can also add students by clicking on Students tab, or I can also delete the course or edit or view the course in the front end. This is all looking excellent, including the fact that when I click on continue course, I can have this distraction-free mode here. So if I click on that, I can very easily switch between lessons and have no distraction at all until I can be done taking my course. If I come back now, you can see that you can very easily switch between light and dark mode, just like this. You can also search anywhere on the site by clicking on the search icon there. You have a notification system inside of this. Oh my God. And you can also, of course, chat with people inside of the community, including creating a messaging space for your community. You can also select users as verified, as you can see here, and also give them badges such as admin, which you can see also here. And you can also add certain things to the user profile to customize it to your heart's content. This is all going to be done on top of WordPress, and I'm going to show you all of this in this one video. However, there is too much to cover here, so I ask two things of you. One, subscribe to the YouTube channel because this is the kind of content I create where I talk about dynamic WordPress development on WordPress. And two, you have to sit tight till the end of this video because I'm going to show you all that you need. Are you ready? Let's get it done. We're starting now from a fresh WordPress install. You need to come inside of plugins here. As you can see, I have a clean WordPress install. I only have the Lightspeed Cache plugin here because I'm running on a Lightspeed web server. The next thing you want to do is to add your plugin. If you're going to make use of the free plugin, type in Fluent Community, just like this. And here you have it. Now, after that, you want to click on Install Now. Once the plugin is installed, you want to click on Activate. Let's activate it and we're good to go. For me, I'm also going to make use of the Pro version, so I'm just going to click on Add New Plugin again. This time, I'm going to click on Upload Plugin and upload the Pro version right here. Once I drag that in and click on Install Now, I'm ready to install the Pro version. It's uploaded. Now I want to click on Activate Plugin. Now it says the license needs to be activated, and I'm going to do that right now. You can get your own license key by using the link in the description below. It's an affiliate link, but by using it, you support this channel and help me create more videos just like this. It's at no cost to you. Let's click on Activate Now. Now it brings me here and asks me to name my community. I'm okay with naming it this, so I'm just going to leave it that way. Inside of community portal URL, I'm just going to change this to dev. So it's going to go like circle.tobysalami.com/dev. I think that's good. We can click on upload logo now and upload a new logo. I have my logo uploaded. We're ready to go. Now I can click on continue to next. And now it's time to pick a Fluent Community template. If you're going to be creating a course, because this is also a learning management system, you can make use of the course template so you don't start from scratch. If you're going to be selling products, you can select that here. If you leave it as blank, it's just going to be completely blank and let you set everything up by yourself. For me, I'm going to keep it as blank because I want to show you how to walk through all of this. Let's click on blank and continue to next. Now on this page, you want to select who can access your portal. You can leave it open to everyone or select that it's only logged in users that can access it. I'm going to leave mine to public, but that does not mean that people will not need to create an account. They will still need to create an account in order to do certain things on the portal. But I can leave this as is for now and go to the next step. In the next one, you can see that you have the opportunity to install Fluent CRM, and Fluent CRM has a deep integration with Fluent Community. And the advantage here is that you can send out targeted emails to people that belong to a particular community. And that's a good thing if you think about it. But you can also do even more. You can do some certain automations, like when people leave the community, you want to automatically send them an email, all those kind of cool stuff. So leave this installed if you want to do all of that. The next thing you want to do is either leave this toggled on or off. This is just a simple SMTP plugin. If you already have an SMTP plugin installed, you don't need to leave this toggled on. If you do not, and you need a way to connect to an emailing service, you want to leave this toggled on. Next, you want to select if you want to subscribe to the newsletter. For me, I want to do that, so I'm just going to type in my email address here. subscribe@tobisalami.com. If you want to help the developers make the plugin better, you can click on this last checkbox here and click on Save and Finish. Now it says it's saved. I need to paste my license key in and click on Verify License. I'm just going to do that right now. Now I have activated my license key. I'm ready to go on. Once I click on Back to Settings, now you're met with this page. It says Pretty Permalink is required. Now, because this is a fresh, brand new site install, our permalinks may not be set up correctly. So you want to click on Go to Permalink Settings. You want to select Post Name, and that's what simply makes it a pretty permalink. You want to come down here and click on Save Changes. You're ready to go on now. Once you come back to the tab and click on Go to Portal, this is what you have. A walk-in community, nicely set up and ready to go. As you can see already out of the box, this is showing me this in dark mode, and that's just because my system currently is in dark mode. I can switch it now to a light mode by just clicking on this button here. Clean, ready to use, beautiful. Also, you may quickly notice you have certain items up here. You can click on spaces to check all of the spaces a user has joined. I can click on new space to create a space for myself. Or I can come to courses here and see whether I have any courses created, or I can create a new course for myself. I can come to members here and see all the members of the site. I'm the only member here, and that's okay. We can come to leaderboard now, and all the ranks here are editable. This is good, don't you think so? Let's start from the scratch by coming inside of settings. If you come inside of the portal settings here, you can see a load of options for you to make your settings even better. For example, you have portal access settings that can help you give access to only selected user roles. So if maybe your portal is supposed to be a paid one and you can only allow certain people to join that, you can assign a particular user role to them and then set that user role here as the user role that has access to the portal. For me, I'm still going to leave it as everyone, and we're ready to move on. Here you can customize this a lot further by either using the default login and sign up page, or you can create a custom login page of your own and then provide the URL to that, or you can edit one yourself. Either way, once I'm done with this, I'm going to click on Save Settings. If you come to customizations, you see you can do all sorts of things to make your UI even better for yourself. For each of the setting, you have a description for what that setting does under each of them. So please make sure to take a look at each of them and select them to your heart's content. You can come to managers here and also select certain people and make them maybe moderators on the website. You can come to email settings here and select how you want your emails to be sent out, including if you want a weekly digest, as you can see at the bottom here. For me, I'm going to leave this toggled off, but if you do need an email digest, this is where you set it, and you also set the time right here. Once you're done, click on Save Settings and let's go to the next. If you click on Features and Add-ons, here you can see all of the modules that are used with the site. The leaderboard I showed you before, you can of course make changes to it or disable it. If you come to Settings here, you see all of the steps here and what each of them are called. You can of course make changes to all of them to your heart's content, or you can disable it just like that and click on Save Settings. For me, I don't want that, so let's just leave it disabled for now. Keep in mind that even though this is disabled, it's still going to be working in the background, and whenever you need it, you can of course enable it again. For me, I'm an admin, nothing makes me stand out as much, except maybe I come to settings and now maybe create a new badge. So let's add a new badge here and say admin. And maybe give it an icon. You can click on this box here and add a custom SVG or a custom image or shape. For me, I'm just going to select any of these predefined shapes here, maybe this one, and click on close. And now that I have that selected, I can also select the color. For best UI, it is said that you can keep the colors empty. I'm just going to click on save now, and I have admin ready to use. If I close this out and maybe I come to the front end, I want to come back to home. I'm just going to open it in a new tab. I don't have this in the right place, so I'm just going to bring it inside the front end here. And if I come back to settings, let me just drag this out, come back to the settings and select my user profile and click on that profile. Now inside of here, I can very easily edit my user profile by clicking on this icon right here. Inside of here, I can give myself a name and add a short bio, edit my website, and I can come down here to admin actions and mark this account as verified. But also I want to give my profile a badge such as admin. And this is good. You can also add multiple badges if you have multiple badges to add. And once you're done with that, you can change the community account username. For me, I want to change this to, yes, I want to change it to Toby Salami. And now once I'm done, I can click on Save Changes, and now my user profile is ready to use. Now, as you can see, I have a verified checkmark and also a badge. And now if I make a comment on people's posts, it's going to come with some swag. Let's come back to the back end and make some more changes. As you can see here, we have course module. I can click on settings and I can enable or disable the course module. That's okay. I want to create a new course, so just stick with me. You can disable or enable the Jiffy module. I don't like to use this because sometimes it's weird and all of those GIFs are not usually very pleasing to look at. But if you want to enable this, you can of course click on settings and enable that. Now down here, you have the emoji module, which you can also disable. I want to disable that too because, very boring. Now down here, I can also configure whether I want to save this on local storage or I want to save it on Cloudflare R2 or Amazon S3. If you're not sure what any of these are, it's okay, but if you do know what these are, you're going to be screaming with joy right now because as you may already know, when you store your files on your media library, sometimes it has the prospect of being very, very slow. So sometimes you want to offload all of your media files to a foreign server, such as a Cloudflare server or an Amazon S3 server. Once you set it up using the documentation you provided here, you can connect that very properly and it will not use your media library anymore, but start offloading all of your media like your pictures or your videos to an offsite server. Once you're done setting this up, I'm going to leave mine as server storage for now. I'm going to click on Save Settings. Now down here, once we close this out, you can see here that you have the opportunity to install Fluent Community Chat. Yes, you heard that right. You can create a chat room with your community members or you can do a one-on-one chat with any member of the community. And this is going to be available all through the communities. Now you can click on install if you want to install that. For me, I want to do that, so I'm just going to click on install. Once that's installed, swift like that, if you come to the front end and refresh this now, see what happens here at the top right. You see now you have a new chat icon at the top here and you can select anybody to send a message to, or you can have your communities have their own chat rooms. I'm going to show you that in a bit. Let's come back to the back end and you can also see that if you've not installed Fluent CRM, you can do so here. You can use Fluent Forms or any of the other Fluent products you have here. For me, I'm going to leave everything else the exact way it is and just proceed. If I click on Manage Topics, I can select all of the topics that my members in each community have the opportunity to choose from. And that's where you want to create your topics. Next, you can add your spaces. Now, what are spaces? To make it easy to understand, we're just going to create the space groups so you can see how it works. Let's delete this one that we already have here by default. Once we have that deleted, we have 0 group and 0 space. Let's create a new group. Let's call this CrocoBlock. Here inside of description, I'm just going to say spaces for all of CrocoBlock tools, just like that. Okay, and that's okay. Now, do you want this to show even if that person is not a member of the group? If you want that to happen, just leave it toggled on. If you do not want that to happen, toggle it off. For now, I'm going to leave it toggled on and click on create. Now, if I come to the front end and refresh this, I see absolutely nothing here. And it makes absolute sense because a group doesn't have any function if there are no spaces inside of it. So let's create a new space. Inside of this group, for example, I'm going to add a new space. So I'm going to click here to add a new space. It could be a discussion space or it could be a course, right? So let's create a discussion space first. So let's call this Jet Engine Tricks. Something like that should be fine. The slug is optional here. It means it's going to automatically generate a slug for you if you do not create a slug. Now I can change the icon to something else. For now, I'm just going to make use of this icon here, but keep in mind, you can of course use a custom image. So I can use the Jet Engine logo here. I just want to keep this simple. So let's just select a simple one and click on close. Now, if you come to description here, you can select a description. I'm going to call this all things Jet Engine. That's okay. Now inside of privacy, I want to select if this is going to be a private space or if it's going to be a public space or a secret space. Now, keep in mind, if it's a public space, anybody can see it. If it's a private space, only members can view and create posts. And if it's a secret space, only members who are invited can view and post. Now you can review the menu group again in case you want to change that. And here you can select who can view the space members. For me, I want only the admins and moderators to view the space members. So I'm going to select that and click on continue. Now under the customization here, you can do marvelous things, but the one I want to focus on right now is to enable file and document library for this space. So imagine that you're creating a space where you're going to be discussing all of Jet Engine solutions inside of CrocoBlock. You can also create a document library where you can leave PDFs for the members to read, or you can even leave video files or whatever you want to leave for other members to be able to download. Now, when you upload files to the file or document library for the space, you can set the access to only members of the space or any logged in users or the public. For me, I'm going to set it to members of the space because I don't want people who are not members of the space downloading items from the document library, right? Now, who can upload the document? You can select any members to upload the document or the admin and moderators. I want to be the one uploading my document, so I'm just going to leave this as is. Now, if you come down here, you also see you can select the default style. For me, I want to leave it as timeline. You can also select list. Play around with this, and if you like what you see, let me know in the comment section below. If you come down here, you can also select an open graph image. This is something you want to show when you share this particular community with maybe members on Facebook or Twitter or any such spaces. They request for an open graph image, and this is where you set it up. For now, I'm just going to leave that disabled and set up a featured image. I have a featured image created. I want to adjust it a bit. You can see the recommended size is 1600 by 500. So let me just make changes to it right now. Inside of CorelDRAW here, I want to select and adjust this to 1600 by 500. I'm just going to type that in there, 1600 by 500 pixels. I'm just going to type 500 pixels there and enter. That's very small. So let's see if we can make some changes to this. I just want to bring this down and drag that up there. That should be fine. I want to come back out here, select the whole stuff here. Just like this should be fine. I want to drag all of this down here. Let's see if this makes complete sense. Okay, it looks good the way it is. Let's just adjust this a little bit. You can drag this down. And once we're done, we can click on finish here. We have a nice looking design ready to use. I can just select all of that and select export. Now, once I export that, I can give this a name. Jet Engine Tricks Community. Something like that should be fine. However, badly spelled, and click on export. Now, inside of here, I want to click on OK. Your design tool doesn't matter. Just make it follow the dimensions they specify. Now I've selected that and it's uploading. It's uploaded now and it looks okay. I can click on create and I'm ready to go. Now that this is done, let's come to the front end and refresh this and see what we have now. As you can see here, you have CrocoBlock, and inside of that, it's of course a group, a collapsible group, and you can see that you have the community inside of here. You can also click on this small plus icon here to add a new space. And the next space I'm going to add is a course. So I'm going to click on course and click on next. Now for the course, I'm going to give it an icon. You can of course select a custom SVG, but again, I'm going to make use of a simple shape and click on close, and I can give it a course title. For me, I want to call it Advanced Dynamic WP Development. That's the name of my course. I want to leave the slug as optional and come to short description. Let's add a short description. I'm going to call this Learn to Build Dynamic WordPress Websites Without Touching a Single Line of Code. Now, do I want to allow the public to join this course? Nope. I want to keep this private so only members that enroll by paying a fee can have access to that particular course. If you want to see more about creating a course such as this, let me know in the comment section below. Now you can select the lock screen type. This is going to show when someone who doesn't have access to the course tries to access it. You can select a custom one by clicking on custom, or you can leave the default one. Either way, it's your choice. I want to set the enrollment type to self-paced so that if a person joins the course, the person can always finish the course as his time permits. You can also allow it to drip according to an enrollment date by using structured, or drip according to a date that the course starts by using scheduled. It's your choice. Let's select the status as published and want to come down here to the customizations. I don't want to disable comments for all lessons for this course, but it's good to know that it's possible. Now I can also hide student count from courses page, and that's okay. I can select an open graph image once again. Now I can click on create. I'm ready to go on. Now inside of lessons, I can start building my lessons here. I can click on add new section and create a new section. In the first section, I want to call that module 1, advanced custom post types and relationships. Something like that should be fine. I want to click on save. Now inside of a section that you create, you want to add all of your lessons. So let's add a new lesson. The lesson I want to add here is going to be called advanced meta fields. You can click on add to add it here, or add and edit if you want to edit that lesson right away. For me, I like to build out my lesson structure first and edit the details later on. For now, I'm just going to click on add. The next thing I want to do is add another lesson. Inside of this same section, I'm going to add a lesson called working with relationships. That's okay. I want to click on add. Now I can create another section and say that's module 2, dynamic listings and complex layouts. Something like that should be okay. And I'm going to click on save. I can add lessons to that section by clicking on the add lesson button attached to that section. So I'm going to click on add lesson there and add a new one. I want to call that creating dynamic grids and advanced filters. You can see how easy it is to just build out your course structure just like this. And let's assume I have everything built out. I can now begin to edit my lessons. For now, I'm going to edit just one of the lessons and show you what's possible inside of there. Inside of Advanced Meta Field, for example, I want to click on Edit Lesson. Inside of here, you see you can enable or disable the video embeds, or you can enable or disable comments on this particular lesson. Remember, I showed you can disable comments on the global scale for your entire course, but you can also disable comments on a per lesson basis. Inside of here, you can use a custom URL to upload your video, or you can use the custom HTML code provided to you by your video service provider. For myself, I make use of YouTube, so I'm just going to select that and paste the video and click on embed. It pulls in the video just as you see it here, and you can come down here and add some text to your lesson. This is what you know it to be. It's Gutenberg, but in the front end. You can use your / the way you know it to be and just add a new heading. For example, you can say start here. You can also add things like a simple code block by just, adding the code block right there and, adding your code that you want your students to copy. And here is where it gets even more interesting. You can add your documents and your files by just clicking on File, Upload right here. Let me just upload a file and see how it looks. Now I have uploaded a file, a simple image of a banana. And what can be more beautiful than a banana? Now, if you scroll up, you can click on Save, and let's see how this looks in the front end by just simply clicking on this eye icon at the top right here. It's going to preview the lesson in a new tab. As you can see, this is the lesson right here. You can see your code block ready to be copied. You can see the text you added here. It's all looking great. You can also see here the documents and files that a person can simply download. Keep in mind, these files will only be downloaded by people who are enrolled to this course, and the link to the file cannot even be abused even if it is shared. Let's test that out. If we click on copy link address here, a link to that download button, and we just open a new incognito tab and paste that inside of here, what do we have? Permission denied. This is excellent because nobody who is not enrolled to this course can download your files, and that's great. You can also click on complete lesson up here when you complete a lesson. You can also use this icon to go down here to where you have this documents and files, but you can also very quickly click on this icon to come to the lessons and discussions. So here your students can type in comments for this particular lesson and you can respond to them. You can also click on this icon here to go to full screen, and it's a no distraction mode where students can very easily learn while switching between lessons just like this. If I click on enroll this course, you can see that I'm now enrolled to the course at the bottom right here. You can see I'm now enrolled to the course, and that's because I'm inside of the tab for courses. This makes absolute sense. But if we come back inside of the feed now and come back inside of the CrocoBlock community here for Jet Engine Solutions, you can see the banner I uploaded right here. It looks nice. It looks okay. You can also see it when you come inside of Spaces here. You can see it right here, and it looks all right. If we come back inside of that community here, you can see you can do certain things. For example, you can create a new post, and inside of write something here, let's just type in, why not subscribe to my YouTube channel? And you want to do that right now? You want to do that? Good. Now you want to click on post. And once you're done with that, you see you have a new post right here. No reload of any page, it just happens with the snap of the finger. You can also do certain things like creating polls. So let's just click on this again and select this poll icon right here. So which page builder do you use? And here I want to select the choices. I can say Elementor, Bricks Builder, let's say Gutenberg. So let's allow them choose multiple options. I want to add a simple message here. Select the page builders you use. Once I'm done with that, I want to click on post. And now I have a new poll created. I can select, Elementor and select Bricks Builder, for example, and maybe Gutenberg. As you can see here, you can select multiple options inside of the poll. You can also deselect it just like you would do on Facebook, and it just works very nicely. You can also do things like posting photos and videos. So let's just add a new photo here. And inside of the description here, I want to write new article about custom notification systems. I can then add a new title such as this and click on post. And now you see, just with a twinkle of an eye, this is now created. I can also do an additional thing such as creating a new video and select the video option here, paste in your video link, click on embed, and it's ready to play. You want to click on post now and you have that right here. Just like that, you can very easily build a community that looks like Facebook without touching any line of code. Isn't this amazing? Inside of here, you also have the Documents tab in which you can add new documents for that particular community or space. So I'm going to add a few documents and test that out. I want to add a title here, and I want to call that title Downloadable Files. Download these files for your use. Then inside of the option to upload files, I'm just going to select a few files here. As you can see here, I have a list of files uploaded. I have image files uploaded. I also have document files, such as an SRT file here. I also have an MP3 file uploaded here. I can select to publish this as a post, and this will now be published as a post. Or I can disable this and it will just be uploaded to the document library. I'm going to click on upload files now and see what happens. As you can see, that has now been uploaded as downloadable files under a section by the name of that post. And if I come back inside of Jet Engine Solutions here, I see here I have downloadable files. I can also click here to download them now one by one. This is all looking great for us, including the fact that I can hard post and also comment on them. These were nice, and click on reply. And there we have it. This is all looking great. Now, as I told you at the beginning of this video, this is just scratching the surface of what's possible here. You can do even more things. Using Fluent Community, you can also do things like offering solutions, using memberships, and letting people pay to remain in your communities. Or you can also offer courses at a cost and have them pay for it and then give them access to those courses. This makes absolute sense. If you want to see how to go even more granular with your customizations, let me know in the comment section below, and if I get enough comments telling me to do that, I'm gonna release a subsequent video covering this in even more detail. So let me know. You want to subscribe to this YouTube channel as I cover all things dynamic WordPress development. My name is Toby Salami, and until next time, my people, stay dynamic.